Hello everybody and welcome back to Ominous Music. This is KotOR, my name is Verex. We're here in this sort of Jedi training place that we found on Telos in the Arctic, and just met someone from our past. They might still be there. No, it's just a podder. We got a journal update, so I'm going to look at this guy. Right, we found one of the Jedi Council, Atris, in a hidden polar academy in Telos. And that's what I just said. She seemed to think you were responsible for the Sith threats and told you to depart Telos. Oh, well, okay. But it looks like we have this to explore. This is the meeting chamber. This is the entrance chamber. The prison, where my slaves are, and the Handmaiden quarters. Also looks like this is a Jedi Order which is made up entirely of females, which works because my character is female, and I know that is the canon thing, but maybe it's just coincidence that everyone see handmaiden sister. Maybe there are boys here as well. Who knows? Like if you play a boy character, then how come you came from here? They're all girls.
Why have you approached me?
Just saying hi. I'm looking for a fight. Questions, maybe?
You may ask.
It's good of you. All right. I want to know about this place first.
This was once a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the orbital bombardment of the Sith, though the inhabitants did not. Ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the surface of Telos, waiting to be used again for the reconstruction efforts, controlled from this facility.
Which you just happen to control. But why is Atris here?
Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, Atris had many Jedi artifacts and knowledge transported here secretly.
Really? Artifacts? Just, no, I'm interested. Yeah, before the destruction, how did she know it would be destroyed?
The Jedi Council sensed it. Master Vrook, Master Vandar, but it was too late to do much except make arrangements for evacuation. It was a dark day for the Order. Many on Dantooine did not survive, Jedi or not. Atris would not speak for many days after the attack, and we feared our mistress was lost to us. In time, she regained her voice and her strength. She brought the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi here and has kept them safe.
Yeah, why here, or what artifacts? No, why here?
Even the Sith prefer live prey to scavenging a corpse. She thought that a world already savaged by the Sith would not prove a target a second time. It was a place where the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi could be kept safely if the Sith could not be turned aside.
What artifacts? That's a good plan, actually. That's wise, isn't it? Go to somewhere they've already destroyed. Yeah, pretty sound logic. What artifacts?
Yes, many relics from Dantooine, some which predate even the destruction of Ossus. She was not able to save all, but she saved enough. She was able to bring them here before the Academy's destruction. It was a fortunate thing. She was not able to save everything.
Any lightsabers? Right, what's Ossus? What is this?
Ossus was once the home of much of the Jedi teaching and knowledge. It was destroyed over 40 years ago by the Sith, during the time of Exar Kun. Fortunately, a few relics and artifacts were saved before Ossus was destroyed, but many were not.
No, we've seen that. Lightsabers in the collection, but we know that she's got mine. I think that's the one I'm wanting. Could I possibly see this?
Viewing the relics is not allowed without Atris's permission.
Yeah, but she just let me walk around, yeah? So surely that implies trust. And that doesn't really work after the conversation we just had, but hey, I'm very persuasive.
There is truth in what you say. Yet many such artifacts are sealed away in Atris's chambers. But if you wish to see a few of them, speak to the last of the Handmaidens. She has seen some of these objects and has an interest in such things.
What's the Handmaidens?
Yes, she should be in the training chamber to the north and west of here. She constantly seeks to improve herself so that she may no longer be ranked last among us.
Yeah, why is she ranked last?
Because she is easily distracted by matters that do not concern her or her duty. Such distractions weaken her, and she knows this.
The way we're talking about her, I'm just going to call this, I think this is a joinable character. Last of the Handmaidens. I think she'll be able to come with us. I don't know why, I just get the feeling because we're always talking about her like this. Just get a feeling. Although we've just had KotOR2 join us, haven't we? So maybe not, maybe a bit early for another one. Anyway, what distractions?
I will not speak of them. Ask her yourself, if it matters to you.
Because she might be, distracted enough to come with us. If she proves useful. Other questions?
You may ask.
Alright, questions about Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
Well, what can you tell me about her? Knowledge is power and all that. I think my character realises that as well. That's why she's interested in the artifacts and stuff. I'm a bit conflicted / confused right now about how much my character knows about herself. Because she seems to know more about herself than I do, which is fine. But at the same time, that kind of makes it hard for me to judge, because she's obviously changed because she's gone off to fight in this war for whatever reason, quite rashly, and that doesn't fit her character now. So there has to be a reason for her to be changed, and all I can think about is the exile that she's been put under, which means, of course, she remembers that, and she remembers who she was, and so she wanted to learn something from it. That's why she's changed in the first place. Anyway, that's just musings. Tell me about this Atris.
She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
How does she plan to do that exactly?
We serve the Jedi. We do not question them. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
And what exactly is proper training or high talk, considering she never had a Padawan, but have I? Mind you, I'm not there going, oh, well, I think this and that, am I? So I did not fall. She knows nothing. I chose to go before, not because I was trained to do so. What does she consider proper training exactly?
That is unknown to me. I have never observed Atris to teach Jedi, nor would I wish to. Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
Atris knows nothing, and she will transmit her ignorance to anyone who follows her. She'll need help if she tries. She knows nothing about training Jedi. They're both quite the same. They're both damning reviews of Atris's thoughts and abilities, aren't they? See, I don't think I would tell her, because I don't know if I know anything about training Jedi, but I did speak to her with a sort of contempt, didn't I? So I didn't even want to talk to her about the judgment and such, so I'm going to pick that one.
She predicted you would say as much. She seems to know you quite well. Perhaps you are the one who knows nothing.
Ooh, oh no. Sounds like a challenge to me. I don't want to start a fight here though, do I? See, I don't want to go like, perhaps I should use them, because, you know, I don't know how many of these people there are in here. You know, there could be a couple of dozen of them. I start a fight with them. That's not a very smart thing to do. So I think I better just hold my tongue here and ask further questions.
You may ask.
Possibly about why do all of you look the same?
We share the same father, and we all bear the face of our mother. It is not unusual for the Achani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
But one of the Handmaidens challenges when we arrived, she looked different.
As I have said, it is not unusual for the Achani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
So it's not much of an answer.
If you seek to raise anger in me, you will fail, exile. I tolerate your presence only upon orders of the mistress. She did not order me to endure your questions.
No, again, it's the whole challenge thing going on. I'm not sure whether I didn't make an offence. Other questions. At this place, what do you do here? Stand around and stuff? And, well,
we serve the Jedi, and we watch.
Are you trained to become a Jedi?
I assume you meant no insult. It is forbidden for us to become Jedi, even if we possessed the awareness of the galaxy that the Jedi possess. We are here because we are not Jedi. That is our purpose.
Purpose?
We have taken an oath to never follow the teachings of the Jedi, only to watch those of the Order and carry out Atris's will should it be necessary. Atris believes the new Jedi Order that shall arise here will need to be guarded and watched by those not touched by the Force. She thinks it will give balance.
And who watches you?
Atris is the one we serve, and she guides our actions.
But Atris is a Jedi, and you're supposed to watch Jedi.
Atris is trusted. She has watched Jedi rise and fall and knows the ways of both paths to see the signs when they begin. She is a worthy one to judge the Jedi, when the Jedi refuse to judge their own.
It's a nice corrupt little circle you've made here.
I do not expect a criminal to understand. You have existed outside the circle of the Jedi for too long.
And so is Atris. I mean, there aren't any Jedi here now, are there?
Atris is the only Jedi here, this is true. But the mistress will bring others in time.
Really? I am also a Jedi. I have been saying that I haven't been, haven't I? Atris could bring a big flight to garbage, yet alone. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, are you trained? Okay. Well, so you mean her and I are the only Jedi here?
You are no Jedi. Atris has made that clear. When you went to war, you gave up the mantle of the Jedi and became something else.
Wouldn't mind knowing what I am.
You may...
That was interesting. I'll be going now. That was a long conversation with a nondescript person. Although we did learn quite a lot there, didn't we? This is the entrance chamber where we appeared from, and apparently we have full... I didn't ask about my bloody ship, did I? Maybe we should do that, in case we have to make a quick getaway. Wouldn't mind knowing where that is.
Why have you approached me?
I want to go... Where's the Ebon Hawk?
Your ship is stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place and not to return.
And where are my friends? Slaves? Friends.
You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
So they're prisoners.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent, exile. Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
The male? Who, Atten?
He has had some Ichani training. He masks it well, but when you are in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
You must be mistaken.
You are the one who is mistaken. It requires you know what to look for.
Where would you have gotten that training?
I do not know. The Ichani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
Yeah, she thought she did. Now she's a bit, whoa. No, she's right. I'll be going now. At least I know where stuff is now. So, let's get our friends back first. Down here, I think. Because finding our allies is probably the most wise thing to do. Hello! I am the exile. How you doing? Don't mind me, just wandering around.
Did you find what you came for?
It depends what I'm supposed to find here.
There was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
Yeah, so, which means me how I may have to kill her. Well, what is that you call her? Charming. Huh. Might as well tell her. She was one of the councillor who cast me out of the order and wanted to punish me even further.
I see it now. The act has left its marks. Be warned. Unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
So what are you saying? You're done. The woman here is a Jedi. Yeah, well, I might as well. Doesn't even make sense, but I'm going to continue talking about her.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atress, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
Isn't it? So they are... No, they're not students. No, I knew that as well. I knew that. So, she plans to heal the galaxy and rebuild the Order.
Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground.
Quite.
Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force.
Or maybe this one. I mean, they did say that, you know, we just talked about this, but we can talk it over with Kriya.
Yes, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
So we can't use fear and stuff on them. So how exactly do you know that? Do you try and use mind tricks on them?
Invade the mind of another? It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
Let's talk about getting out of here, shall we?
Very well. Let us depart.
And what happened to him?
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
We did crash twice on the way here. Let me... I'll shut down the cells and get you out there.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
How dare you! How dare you lose consciousness in the crash! That's it, you are fired, sacked, get rid of. Mind you, of course that little comment was mine. Maybe Ayana would have different thoughts. No use to a soldier who falls at the first sight in combat. Be on your guard in the future. We could have used you earlier when we were ambushed. Do not fail me again. Oh, don't do about this before. Are you sure you're okay? I know, we were just in a major crash, weren't we? But the other three of us were okay. It just seems that he was handily looked out for longer when you can break force shields. Game. Just happened to have been knocked out for longer than everybody else. Fair enough. Be on your guard in the future.
I will, General. The attack was unexpected, but I will not let down my guard again. What is this place? Where are we?
Everybody knows where we are. We're in Jedi Academy because the northern pole of Telos.
This must be where I had detected the energy readings before, and the drain to the restoration shields. This room, this place, it looks part of a huge polar irrigation system. possibly planet-wide, like the one on Coruscant. I had been told by the Republic that it was not in use.
Alright, just shut up.
Of course, General. If you wish, I may travel with you or join you at the ship.
Come with me. Yeah, we'll let Atten go.
Very well, General.
Dark side points gained? Light side points gained. We've gained gained and lost influence. So basically nothing happened there. Thank you for that. Lovely. Alright, well you're a bit hurt, so... We have our weapons back. Looks like... Maybe. Well, at least some of them. I wonder why my disruptor rifle wasn't there, but the rest of it seems to be all accounted for, doesn't it? Alright.
Yes.
So, right then, any loot? Indeed there is. Alright, where's this? There's a workbench there. No, we should go to the Handmaidens quarters. That's where we were told to go to next. Hello, I'm the Exile, and now I have a gun. Are you the handmaiden I am looking for?
You are the Exile, the one Atris warned us about.
You are... yeah, you are the last handmaiden?
I am the last of the Handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
I wonder if because she's one of the last handmaidens, she is still able to feel the Force and therefore be influenced by mind tricks and such. Brother said you were easily distracted from your training. Maybe I won't say that. Then again, it might lead to something interesting, so I will.
It dishonors me that they would say such a thing to an outsider, but I cannot deny the truth in what they say. My thoughts are not always focused on training. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
What do you mean?
There is much knowledge here, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
Battle is not the truth of the Jedi teachings. I believe it to be the first thing from it. Combat is not the Jedi way. Is this what occupies your thoughts? To lose the takes could be tragic indeed. It would. Then the methods to inflict violence on others limited and weakens us all. And you would preserve it? If you are afraid of the Jedi law being lost, why don't you try and learn some of that law? It would be tragic indeed if all the Jedi learned and mastered was lost. Of course, if Atris was to die, what would happen?
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Devotion to their cause, you say?
Yes. The methods you use to meet your opponent speak truer than any words can express. When you risk pain or death, there is no truer sacrifice or strength.
Basically saying that actions speak louder than words. So you consider slaughter a means of expression? Shows how far you're willing... Yeah, I agree. It shows how far you're willing to go for your goals. Indeed, your actions speak louder than words and all that. It's one thing to say all these things, and no matter how eloquently you might put them, actually doing them and acting upon them is the real test.
It was to the Jedi trader Malak, It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry, or strokes upon a canvas. He spoke through battle and tactics, in a way one could never do in words. He showed his heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe he was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
He turned on Malak, once a friend, and killed him. What do you think Revan was saying then? Because we've already established in a previous conversation with somebody that Revan turned on Malak and killed him. So what do you think he was saying?
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal, and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed.
To claim to know anything of Revan's choices, or what lay in his heart when Malak fell, is conceit, servant of Atris. And whether Revan had any choice in the matter at all is something else you should consider. The Force is a powerful thing to wield, or deny.
But to say that seems an untruth based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not?
Ah, but at what point does the power the Force exerts submerge any attempt at choice or free will? You have taken a complicated question, servant of Atris, and you have trivialized it with your answer and lack of experience.
If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true.
Something else.
You may ask.
Did I ask? See, I don't know. Remember what this conversation started with. I don't know the why does Adris allow me to walk through it? I could kill you all easily. No, you look a bit different. You look different. It's about that. You look different. I know we're here for the relics, but you know, chatting.
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something spoken of in the company of others.
So you have a different mother but the same father?
I do not wish to discuss it. If there is something else you wish to ask, you may do so.
Ah, it was a sensitive subject, is it?
It is not a sensitive subject, but a subject that requires trust. There is no such trust between you and I, and such trust takes time.
Let me ask something else.
You may ask.
What I don't what I asked before? You said Idris warned you about me. What did she say?
She said, you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
She is exaggerating, maybe. Oh?
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts, and she told us why you fell to the dark side.
I do not walk the path of the dark side, and I don't, actually. That is true, and I'm pretty sure I don't, so I'm going to say that. I do not walk the path of the dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
So why didn't I keep fighting in it? Yeah, that's why I stopped fighting in it then. If I love battle so much, why I still fighting in it? Oh, yeah, that.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Anything else?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Express feelings.
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
Are you saying she could be wrong about me?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
Maybe the others will feel that way as well, and if I fought Atris, they might think differently about this whole setup.
You may ask.
Why are you the last? I'm sure I've asked that before.
I am the last of the Handmaidens. This is correct.
Easily straight. I think this was what that whole convoluted road went, was originating from. This one.
It dishonors me that they would...
Yeah, okay.
Perhaps...
Ask you something else. I don't want to go down that route again. So...
Before you...
Oh, damn it. Before you go, so listen to the question. If I may ask it, you have touched the Force. What does it feel like? So she's curious about this. I was going to end the video because, we get into 30 minutes. I thought I'll tell her I'll be back later and then talk to her again, start our next video. But as she's asking, fair enough. Although maybe because I've left the conversation, you won't want to talk to me anymore. God damn it! I wanted to ask about the relics. That's all pointlessly talk to her for. Maybe. Anyway. I don't know what its loss feels like. Maybe it's difficult to describe.
Please, I wish to know.
Really now? Why would you wish to know? Now, first one, maybe.
It is like a cloud, a mist that drifts from living creature to creature, set in motion by currents and eddies. It is the eye of the storm, the passions of all living things turned into energy, into a chorus. It is the rising swell at the end of life, the promise of new territories and new blood, the call of new mysteries in the dark.
I see. Thank you both. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
See, George, that sounds a whole lot better than midichlorians, doesn't it? If you have any further questions, seek me out and ask them. Blimey. Dark side points gained, though again, not many. Now then, just let me check something here. Oh god, I saved it. Why did I save it?
You have returned.
Okay, so I can still talk to you about all those things. So yes, interesting. A whole lot of talking then, a whole lot of talking, which I'm sure you all expected because you know how the game works and such. Maybe this is the weak link in the chain in this little circle that I've got set up here that I can possibly use to cause a bit of disruption. I could just leave, but there's a lot here about my past. Obviously, Atris is a big part of that, so I don't think my character's particularly done here. I don't think she would want to leave without saying goodbye properly, perhaps. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll find out probably in the next video. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching, and toodaloo.